Okay, so I wanted to send this out to all of you regarding the upcoming yoga and nervous system integration course that is coming in October, which I know feels like it's a long time away, but I have been busy registering my kids for all of their fall and winter extracurricular stuff. And it has me realizing that this course is coming up really quick. Okay, so it is scheduled for October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay, so it's a Friday evening, full day Saturday, full day Sunday. Okay, which means that we're only actually like, what would that make it? About 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks away from this course. But what we are is 2 weeks away from the expiry of the early bird price. Okay, so I wanted to send out this message to you guys about what the course is, what you're going to gain from it, and maybe why I think that really every instructor, at the very least, should be taking this course, and why it could be a benefit to people other than instructors. Okay, so here's what we're going to go over in those 25 hours. We are going to talk about what the nervous system is, and we're going to get into some nitty gritty here. Okay, so I know that in my courses, we always touch on the nervous system because I don't believe that we can talk about really anything in the human body without talking about the nervous system. But this one, we're going to get into some of the nitty gritty. We're going to talk about neuroanatomy and neurobiology. Okay, so we're going to talk about specific structures of the human brain, of the spinal cord, of the nerves. Okay, we're going to get into that nitty gritty. We're going to talk about the neurobiology, which means we're going to talk about the hormones and chemicals and all of these fascinating things that sometimes it's hard to really wrap our brains around. Okay, so we are going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about what trauma-informed really means. Okay, so we're going to look at how this can be applied to practices as an instructor. And for those of you who might not be instructors, how you can support yourself in your own practices with a trauma-informed lens. Okay, understanding maybe your own responses to certain things. Okay, we're going to talk about resiliency and how to build resiliency. Okay, because yes, we can talk about trauma and how that applies to our responses to things, but then also taking those responses and being able to build upon them. Okay, so this is where post-traumatic growth comes in. Okay, we talk a lot about post-traumatic syndrome and trauma responses and that sort of thing, but we need to also talk about post-traumatic growth, and that's where our resiliency begins to get built. Okay, and so then we have tools that are going to prepare us for the next trauma. All right, so I think that's a really big thing for us to understand moving forward in our own bodies, and then helping others to kind of gain these tools, is understanding that we can take some of this and build upon it. Okay, we're going to talk specifically about certain mental illnesses. Okay, and we're also going to talk about the difference between mental illness and mental wellness. Okay, so those are different things, and we're going to talk specifically about them. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to go over. Now, who is this course specifically for? Okay, so yes, yoga instructors. All right, I believe that every yoga instructor should take some sort of training into the nervous system and trauma-informed education. Okay, so this is a great course for yoga instructors, but it's also great for people beyond that. So healthcare providers, anyone who is in a caring position for other individuals. Okay, so this could be first responders, this could be last responders, this could be nurses, right? Like there's so many different ways in which we care for individuals. Massage therapy, osteopathy, acupuncture, all of these individuals are going to be in contact with others' nervous systems. And it's really important for us to be able to understand how to work with the nervous system in a beneficial way. Okay. This is also great for anyone who is wanting to learn about their own wellness, their own processes. Okay. So yes, it is geared towards movement educators, but we will all benefit from this. Okay. We're going to go over a whole bunch of different practices over that weekend. Okay. So we are going to talk about how a really engaged practice, whether it be weightlifting or power flow or what have you, that sort of practice can be really beneficial for the nervous system. And yet, on the opposite end of the spectrum, is what I'm trying to say, is the more restorative practices or a yin practice or a meditation, and how that can be beneficial for the nervous system. Alternatively, these can also be triggering for individuals if they are in the wrong class at the wrong moment. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of this and how all of this kind of blends together into some sort of cohesive environment for individuals to learn and to process. Okay, so there's a lot of information. That's why it's 25 hours. It's all going to be packed into the one weekend. Yes, there will be a recording if you're not able to attend the entire weekend live. I've got you covered because there is going to be the recording. The recording is going to be sent out to all of the registrants, okay? So even if you attend it live, you will have the ability to revisit the course, okay? So I think this is a really great kind of perk to the online learning world, is that we can kind of go back, we can kind of, because things process in our brains, right? Like we start to integrate information over a long period of time. So yes, there's 25 hours over the weekend, but that information is going to kind of integrate into your learning, your understanding, and your practices over a longer period of time. Okay. And so being able to revisit the conversations that we have over the weekend is a really beautiful way to kind of extend your learning and deepen your learning. Okay. And then, what was I going to say? So we are online for the 25 hours. There is going to be a small kind of worksheet that I want you to go through, okay, in order to complete the full 25 hours. Don't worry too much about that. Just know that there will be a little bit of a kind of assignment, if you want to put it that way, at the end of the course. But there will also be a lot of downloadable content that I will be sending you as well. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of research-based information sent to you in this that we will discuss and kind of pick apart and allow us to kind of take what we've experienced in our own bodies and apply science to it. Okay, so it's going to be this beautiful kind of full spectrum weekend with a ton of information. All right, so what you need to do is register before September 1st in order to get the early bird price. Early bird price is $395 Canadian. All right, so if you are US, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. Message me about that. And yes, you can do a payment plan. Okay, so payment plan, 100%, not a problem. So message me about that if you're looking for a payment plan, and we will get you registered. I'm really excited about this course. It's coming up fast and furious, so let's get you registered. All right, thank you for joining me.